You may feel like you're doing everything right. You eat carefully. You try to stay active. You listen to advice that's been repeated for decades. And yet, something feels off. Your energy isn't what it used to be. Your muscles don't respond the same way. Your balance feels less reliable. Recovery takes longer, and small problems seem to linger instead of resolving. You may have told yourself, this is just aging, that this is the price of getting older. But what if it isn't? What if one critical nutrient, something you've trusted your entire life, quietly stops working the way it should after 70? Not because you stopped eating it, not because you forgot it, but because your body changed how it handles it, and almost no one talks about this. Not because it's rare, but because it's uncomfortable to explain. Stay with me, because once you understand what's really happening, many things you've blamed on age will suddenly make sense. And more importantly, you'll know what to do next. Most seniors believe that if a nutrient is important, eating more of it should help. That logic works when the body is young. It doesn't work the same way later in life, after 60, and especially after 70. The body becomes selective, not in what it needs, but in what it can actually use. You may be swallowing the same nutrients you always have, but fewer of them are reaching their destination. Think of it like a delivery system. When you're younger, the roads are clear. Trucks move freely. Signals are strong. As you age, the roads narrow. Traffic increases, and some deliveries never arrive. You don't feel this immediately. It happens slowly, quietly, until one day you realize something fundamental has shifted. And this is where the misunderstanding begins, because the nutrient we're talking about isn't obscure. It's not exotic. It's not trendy. It's something almost every senior believes they're getting enough of. Calcium. For most of your life, calcium has been framed as the foundation of strong bones. Drink your milk. Eat your yogurt. Take your supplement. Simple, but after 70, calcium alone is no longer the hero of the story. In fact, for many people, it becomes ineffective or even problematic when taken the old way. This doesn't mean calcium suddenly becomes useless. It means the rules change. And no one updated the instructions. Many seniors increase calcium intake as they age. They're told their bones are thinning. They're warned about fractures. They're encouraged to protect their bones. So they add more calcium. But what they don't realize is that aging bones don't just need calcium. They need calcium to be guided. And without the right guidance, calcium can end up in the wrong places. You may have noticed stiffness in your joints, hardening in areas that used to feel flexible, circulatory issues that weren't there before. These are not random. After 70, the body's ability to direct calcium into bones weakens. The gatekeepers that once guided it, hormones, enzymes, transport proteins, lose efficiency. So calcium floats, and when calcium floats without direction, it doesn't strengthen bone. It settles, sometimes in arteries, sometimes in soft tissue, sometimes where it causes more harm than help. This is why some seniors take calcium faithfully for years and still experience bone loss. Or worse, they experience new problems. They don't connect to supplements at all. So why does this happen? Because calcium was never meant to work alone. Earlier in life, your body naturally coordinated calcium with other nutrients. Vitamin D helped absorb it. Vitamin K helped place it. Magnesium balanced it. But aging changes digestion, hormone signaling, and absorption timing. Vitamin D activation declines. Magnesium absorption drops. Vitamin K intake often decreases without people noticing, so calcium shows up alone. And alone, it struggles. This is why common healthy habits stop working the same way. The habit itself isn't wrong. The context has changed. After 70, digestion becomes less acidic. This makes mineral absorption less efficient. The gut lining becomes thinner. Transport becomes slower. At the same time, inflammation quietly increases. Low-grade inflammation doesn't feel dramatic, but it interferes with how nutrients are handled. Calcium is especially sensitive to this. It requires precision, and precision is exactly what aging bodies lose without support. Here's where people get frustrated. They're doing what they've always done, sometimes even more carefully than before, and yet results decline. This leads to discouragement, or worse, resignation. But this isn't failure, it's misalignment. The body after 70 doesn't respond to volume. It responds to coordination. What most people believe is that calcium builds bone directly. What actually happens is more subtle. Bone is living tissue. It constantly breaks down and rebuilds. Calcium is just a raw material. Without signals telling the body where to send it, calcium can't do its job. Those signals come from movement, hormones, and specific nutrients working together. And one of the most overlooked is vitamin K2. Not vitamin K1. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic controller. It tells calcium where to go, into bones and teeth, away from arteries and joints. But after 70, many diets provide almost none of it, and supplements rarely include it. So, calcium arrives and waits. This is the hidden mechanism no one explains clearly. Calcium doesn't fail because it's weak. It fails because it's unsupervised. Magnesium plays a similar role. It relaxes blood vessels, balances muscle contraction, prevents calcium overload. But magnesium absorption drops sharply with age, stress, medications, and digestive changes. All contribute. So even when magnesium is present in food, less of it enters the bloodstream. This imbalance makes calcium harder to manage. And now, add one more factor, vitamin D after 70. The skin produces far less vitamin D from sunlight. The kidneys convert less of it into its active form. So calcium absorption decreases, even when intake is high. This creates a strange situation. More calcium in, less calcium used, and the body adapts in ways that aren't always helpful. So, what actually helps after 60? The answer is not more. It's smarter. First, calcium must be paired, never taken in isolation. Food sources work better than supplements for most seniors. They arrive with natural cofactors, leafy greens, small fish with bones, fermented foods. When supplements are used, timing matters. Calcium competes with iron, zinc, and magnesium. Taken together, they block each other. Spacing minerals across the day improves absorption. Vitamin D should be consistent, not occasional. Small daily amounts work better than large weekly doses for aging bodies. Vitamin K2 is essential, not optional. It doesn't increase calcium levels, it directs them. Magnesium should be prioritized before increasing calcium. If magnesium is low, calcium will never behave properly. Movement matters too. Bones respond to pressure, not pills. Handle weight-bearing activity sends signals calcium understands. Walking, standing, resistance with bands. Not intense, just consistent. Inflammation must be addressed. Chronic inflammation blocks nutrient signaling. Anti-inflammatory foods, proper sleep, and stress reduction matter more after 70 than ever before. Precision replaces effort. Timing replaces quantity. Understanding replaces blame. This is the shift most people never make. They think aging means decline. But aging actually demands refinement. You don't need to do more. You need to do differently. When calcium is guided, supported, and balanced, bones respond. Strength stabilizes. Balance improves. Confidence returns. Not overnight, but steadily. And perhaps the most important change is mental. Stop assuming your body is failing you. Your body is adapting. And when you adapt with it, things change. Aging is not the loss of potential. It's the narrowing of tolerance for mistakes. Once you remove the mistakes, capacity returns. If this surprised you, you're not alone. Most people were never told this. If you're comfortable sharing, leave a comment with your age and what part of this surprised you most. Your comment helps others feel seen. And if you want calm, clear explanations about health after 60, without fear, hype, or confusion, consider subscribing. This channel exists to explain what changes and how to respond wisely. Because getting older doesn't mean becoming weaker. It means becoming more precise. And precision is power.